Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, as you've earned it.
Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
This is the outtakes.
This is the intro to the show. What are you talking about? In 5, 4, 3.
We're different now.
Jesus Christ.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Walking Blind podcast. This week's episode officially proves that you can suck enough dick and get some sort of a sponsorship. This week's episode is sponsored by Liquid Death. That's how I feel.
So aggressive.
Don't be scared. It's just water. In a can.
Dude, murdering thirst.
That's mom.
Man, follow your dreams.
Whoever
Shamelessly promote yourself, and things can happen.
Whoever said it was a smart idea for us to come up with our own promo for this company, right? Like, they could have given us an ad copy. They could have given us something to read that was like, Liquid Death, it's water in a can. Yeah. Like bald eagles and shit. But no.
This is what happens when you give two voiceover guys no script.
Yeah. two voiceover artists.
No script.
No script.
This is what they come up with.
Just two dudes in a room talking about water in a can.
Yeah.
And that being said, once again, we are back on the podcast, on the episode. And as you can see, we got our boy Jesse Toca in the fucking building. His last name's not actually Toca, but for like, what, a year or something like that? We were all like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought. Even like Jake.
Toca.
Yeah.
It's Toca, right?
Toca.
You want to explain the origins of this name? I know it's like...
So...
it sounds way cooler than when you actually tell the story.
Okay, well, yeah, it's like... So like a lot of people thought it was because like I used to smoke and I did that, but it's like literally because
Jesse Toca.
the homie Tokes. No, but it was I used to play before I played drums. I played congas, and my congas were called Toca players.
Right.
So when I was playing for church, our cool thing was you'd put for your Instagram your name and then the company of your instrument. I sound like such a nerd. So we'd have my friend Misael Ibanez or Charlie Motive.
We're 2 minutes in, Jesse.
So Toca player, Jesse Toca. That was it. And then everybody started thinking, so your last name's not Toca? And I'm like, no, it's Moreno. It's like, but you're white.
That's fair. That's fair.
This might not make it in the show.
No, this is making it all the way into the show. We've already done our intro. We're locked and loaded. We're good to go.
Also,
obligatory sip.
Yeah.
Contractually obligated.
Oh shit, my can's hiding. Fucking, there we go. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Also, for anyone who's been following the podcast for quite some time now, like 3 months ago,
for 27 episodes.
27 episodes. What's 28?
One of the nice savage burns I've gotten this year came at the hands of this man.
Second time meeting him.
This is the Jesse that
that was me.
Mistakenly thought I was possibly the older brother.
I kind of wish we could get Mario here so that we could reenact it. You know when you get those weird reenactments on like Unsolved Mysteries?
Dude. Yeah, one of the first times that my body truly left my soul, and when I went out and bought for men's hair, nothing.
Wasn't it like my second time meeting you too?
Yeah.
Oh man!
Every time Jesse comes up.
Yeah.
Jesse.
How are you?
How's it going, man?
But yeah, no, this is Jesse. Burned me pretty good. Not even meaning to, but it hurt.
Nobody told me, forewarning, okay, when I got up there and we had a couple beers in us already, all right, and I was like, You trying to be taller than me?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It was poorly lit. It was poorly lit.
Yeah. And then I was like, so this is what you have to look forward to. And he's like, I'm the younger brother. I'm like, oh.
Ooh.
Last time I've seen Mike.
By almost 6 years. By almost 6 years, I'm the younger brother.
That's quite some time.
It is quite some time. So anyways, we moved past that.
We've moved on.
We're friends.
We're friends now. So we literally this is the way this happened today. We were getting ready to set up for the podcast. Mike shows up to my house. We of course pull out our sponsor water, Liquid Death
Mineral water.
Make sure that you guys go save the planet and buy water in a fucking can.
Right.
Okay. So we're loading in. We're bringing in all the things, and I have 3 cases of Liquid Death in my hands because I'm a man and I can carry everything in one trip. And Mike goes, "Hey man, we had fun at Ty's birthday party while you were out of town. Jesse almost fought a guy." And then before you could finish his story, I was calling you because I already had you in mind to be on the episode today, but I didn't want to call you like last minute. And I was like, we should have a guest. Like, let's call Jesse. But then I didn't. And then he said that, and I was like, let's call Jesse. Can you be here in 8 minutes? You promised 5. It took 9. So we're here now.
We're here.
Yeah, I did actually almost fight somebody. Yeah.
So
In my friend's honor.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
It would have been
You know what's
very
funny?
weird.
I was thinking about it on the way here. I fight on all your guys' birthdays.
True.
Your birthday, I almost got in a fight.
True.
Martin's birthday, he wasn't even with us, and I almost got in a fight
How did you almost get in a fight on
at
Mark?
the DBA. Oh well, no, we were in the club. Me, you, Jake, and Andrew, and all them. And I went off with Jake.
At the
Like we went from like an emo show to like a ranchera, corridos, and all that stuff.
that guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we left Mike by himself. Just
Was fucking standing at a table.
oh my god, are you from No
Oh,
Bragging
that
Rights?
Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike was in a good place.
I was
that
in a good
night.
place. I was
It was
back on
supposed to be-
stage.
Mike
Not
ended up
invited.
Back on stage.
Uninvited, just back on stage.
But I got it where I want it now. Hammered.
Yeah. So everybody's birthday, I've always been almost in a fight, and
He defends the homie's honor.
Yeah.
I don't want to. It's just
You don't want to defend your friend's honor?
I do. It's just I don't want to get in a fight.
That's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
But you know what? For this one, actually, I'll let you continue. I'll chime in.
So first of all, I wasn't even supposed to go out that night.
That's always the excuse.
Most nights.
Yeah. So
This was Saturday night?
it was Friday night.
Friday.
Friday night.
Is that when you called me? I was driving up. Right? Yeah.
So I go, because I hit him up first and I go, hey, dude, you going out tonight? Because it's Ty's birthday. And he goes, yeah, but, I'm 8 hours away. And I'm like, so you're not going out tonight? And so Big Chris hits me up and he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm just home, being a good guy. And, he's like, scratch that. You are not going to be not going out tonight. Come over. And I'm like, well, you twisted my arm, get in my car, drive to downtown Riverside. And I'm expecting, we're going to clubs, we're doing everything, for like, I was a bar's birthday, bar hopping, 5 different clubs and,
What a night.
ending up with Martin throwing up somewhere. And
That's fair.
yeah. And he goes, no, we're leaving here and we're going to another bar. And I'm like, okay, cool. So like down the street, like I'll just park my car in a parking lot. And he goes, no. Get in your car. It's 10 minutes away. I'm like, okay.
Wait, where did you guys start?
Well, they started at the lobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and apparently it's like a brunch place and turns into a nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Across from church.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So from there on, they tell me, hey, we're going to the Sire. I'm like, okay, cool. So where's the Sire at? He goes, just put it in your maps. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I started driving, and I'm like, this is away from the scene. Like, this is gonna be great. I'm not gonna get in any trouble. We're gonna be fine. I'm safe.
For what it's worth, I've almost been in fights at the Sire multiple times.
right.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like that because at the outside of it, I was like, okay, cool. It looks like a club. And I walked in and you see like this Midwestern. Like, I should have brought my chaps and my boots.
Was Carissa working? Was it Saturday night?
She works at the Sire?
She works at the Sire.
She's
I
not
think
working.
She might not anymore.
Wasn't the chick that was giving us drinks called Carissa? Or no?
It wasn't her. She's cute
Yeah.
though.
She was.
What did I miss, Michael?
Nothing. No, you missed nothing. There was
Nothing. You weren't taking that. You missed nothing.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, did I miss Mike's spitting game?
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Yeah. So we got into the bar. Everything was going fine. The people that he was actually with, Ty was with, met him there, and we were just. I surprised Ty. Ty was like all happy to see me.
Ty was like, "Oh fuck!" I mean, fuck yeah,
hell yeah, big dog, you know. And I even parked next to Mike, and he's like, "Is that Jesse?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Nice.
So we walk into the bar, everything's going good, and we start, doing what we do. We're loud. So we see like on the sign it says happy 21st birthday, Troy. I'm like, dude, take off the R and O, and that says Ty. And he goes, dude, you're right. And he goes up there and he changes it, and then everybody knows now it's his birthday.
Yeah.
So
also
Wait,
if
so
they
you guys
didn't
just
know,
fucked up Troy's party.
yeah, and also if they didn't know, they knew when we all started singing very loudly.
Yeah. I think at the end we ended up doing like screamo riffs and everything like that,
Nice.
So if you didn't know at the Sire that it was Ty's birthday, it was Ty's birthday.
Yeah.
And so while being there, one of the guys that was already, entering into the ranch water too much, comes up and he goes, "Whose birthday is it?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be great."
That's my boy Ty's birthday.
And no, I didn't say nothing. We all stood quiet. Our table was quiet.
Okay.
The other table was like, "It's him," and he points at Ty. And then apparently there was another girl there that was her birthday too, but we didn't really care. We were there for Ty.
Yeah, of course.
She was nice. That's
She was nice though. And so the guy goes, "What are you drinking?" Ty's like, "I'm okay." And he goes, "No, you're drinking a shot." And
That only works if I say it.
yeah, right. If it's like our friends and we're like, "Dude, you're getting Jameson, whether you like it or not."
Yeah.
We're like, "Okay, Mike, we'll get Jameson."
Okay, Mike.
Well, also this dude offered to buy everyone. In our group.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everyone shots.
We were rolling deep. We were like 20 or so.
It was So it was.
The one time I decided to go out, you guys decided to actually party?
But we weren't. We weren't.
trying to party.
Everybody was like super chill. Yeah. Like Ty had to do stuff the next day, so he was like actually doing. He was like in good shape, and he wanted to stay that way.
Yeah.
I think he was even driving.
Yeah, he was driving.
Yeah.
We were all driving.
Yeah, everyone was driving, so like nobody was really going hard at all.
Yeah.
Like even at the lobby, and so like, so this guy he's like trying to get everyone to take shots with him.
Yeah.
And he offers
the
first time. So then he's like, well, I'm getting shots for the you two then for the whose birthdays it was.
Yeah.
Dude, he got him shots of Bacardi 151.
It was Bacardi?
Yes.
I thought it was peppermint schnapps.
Oh, maybe that's what he ended up getting.
151?
It was peppermint because.
Oh, then it wasn't Bacardi.
Yeah, it was not Bacardi. Because so what happened was that Ty didn't want to take the shot because he's already like, dude, if I take this shot, what the shot is like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
like
big
this,
shot.
They're a hefty shot.
So Ty's like, if I take this, I'm not coming back from this. Like there's nowhere I can come back from. I have to drive. I have to pick up my daughter tomorrow. This isn't this.
Fair, yeah.
So
Also, it wasn't like this guy was like, "Hey, dude, happy birthday! Can I buy you guys shots? I'd like to buy all you guys shots."
Yeah.
This guy was like, "I'm buying all you guys shots. Don't be pussies." Like he was that guy.
Yeah.
And it was like it was a nice gesture.
Yeah.
And then it became super annoying, and then also kind of offensive too, because he's calling everyone pussies and shit.
Yeah.
So
I have this thing where I don't like being called the word bitch. and he was calling
You should have
everybody.
never told me that.
I love it. I love when people call me that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if it's my friends, you know, and like they say it, I don't really care. But if it's like,
Are you lying to me?
no.
So I call you a bitch.
You big.
No, I don't
you
really
big-
care. Like if it's you guys, you know. But if it's like a newcomer
Jesse,
and you're coming
bad.
up to me and you're
You're
saying,
just a big old bitch.
"You big bitch."
I'm just kidding. I love you.
No, I love too. But if you're like a new guy, I don't know you, and you come
Yeah.
up to me and you
Yeah,
say,
if-
"Hey, you bitch, take a shot."
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't like worked your way into our
Right,
circle,
right.
like, there's no
Yeah.
room for
So
that. Yeah.
this guy is like calling everyone there a bitch. Like, you guys are just fucking bitches, and you guys want to take shots, and I'm like over here sipping my Modelo, and I'm like, it's not the time yet.
Do you happen to be a buzzed haired dude?
He was wearing a beanie.
Was he missing a leg?
No.
Okay.
But
It's not the same dude.
wearing like sweater and a sweats and like a beanie, and like he was not ready to go out tonight. He was just, you know.
Did he look ex-military?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's military.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Sorry, sidebar. Do you remember when me, you, Chris, and Jeezy went to get sushi and we ran into that random dude? We met that random dude who ended up having sushi with us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Did
then
I
we
almost
went.
fight a military man?
We went to the Sire after that because that was like his where he roams, and he was like, he sounds like this guy, basically. So I was just curious.
Wait, you went out with him afterwards too?
Yeah.
Can't stop Mike from a good time.
Hey, you know,
He was so extra. He's cool, but he was so extra.
no,
he was a
that
lot.
guy had some stories. He finally opened
Yeah.
up to us. He was like ex-Navy SEAL.
Oh shoot.
Was involved with the operation that took down Osama.
Oh
Yeah.
snap. Okay.
Yeah. He's got a titanium leg.
Okay. Yeah. He didn't. He wasn't clinking around or anything. You know. But yeah, this guy wouldn't get away from us. You know, kept on saying, you guys, you know, stop being a bitch, stop being a pussy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bite my tongue. You know, if I ignore this guy, he's just gonna leave. All right.
Yeah.
Goes for 30 minutes, comes back 30 minutes, has 2 shots in his hand, gives one to the girl, gives one to Ty. Ty sees how big it is, doesn't want to take it. He takes like a sip. Keeps on going at it. So me being a good friend,
You take the shot.
I'm not drunk. I'm barely going that night. I have one Modelo in me. I'm like, all right. I grab the shot. I'm like, you know, what I always do, just down it. I'm like, all right, bro. And he's like, he's not a bitch. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Cool.
You know, we addressed that. And he goes, and then he starts calling me Goliath.
Wait, no, that was after.
Oh, that was after,
that was
right?
yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so this dude finally, so we finally get him to leave. Jesse takes the shots. He fucks off, and we go back to having our time. Like,
grand-
yeah,
gay
right?
old time.
Just
Gay old time.
gay old time, yeah.
And we're having a good time.
We started
And
talking
then-
about like tours and stuff like that, and like who would you want to go see?
What?
If you could the next day.
I don't remember that. Just kidding. Yeah, no, but we were having a good time, and then at like pretty close to when we're getting ready to leave, dude comes back.
Yeah.
And this time he wants a Ty and that girl to take shots again.
Another
and it's like,
yeah.
dude, do you remember how not into it we were the first time?
Yeah.
And so he just again was like, then this actually I feel like he was getting even more aggressive this last time,
Yeah.
being like, man, you guys are bitches. I can't believe you guys aren't going to be there for your friend on his birthday, blah blah. It's like, dude. And then by this point, like everyone at the table, Joe was there, Joanna. She's like, hey, leave.
Yeah.
No one's digging this conversation now. Leave. And like, and so everybody was kind of, and they're like trying to be like, dude, walk away, man. Like, walk away. You're getting to the point now where you're offending us. Like, walk away.
Have in mind, this whole time while they're saying that, I'm dead silent.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see anything. What popped me off was like, he points at Ty and he goes, "You're a black man."
No, for real?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell does color have to do with anything about that? And when I saw that, it's like I saw.
Yeah, it was really random.
That's
Yeah. It was getting to the point with like with that. So
It was something. Oh, he said something like you should be drinking. You're black or something. I don't know. It was something.
Yeah.
Something along.
It was super. It was racist.
Yeah. So then at that point, that's when like all the tone started changing from us too, because we were more of like being like, dude, like leave, man, you're being annoying, walk away.
Yeah.
And then from there, then it's like the whole vibe changed.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't there because that would have set me off.
So
1000%.
When I got up and I go, what does color have to do with it? And I saw Chris's eyes just lit up like at me. And I go, you know what, dude, just fuck off. Get the fuck away from us. You know, get away. And he goes, oh, Goliath over here. And I'm like, now you're calling me names. So from this point, have in mind, every time I'm at a table with anyone that we hang out with, I'm always, you know, on the table with my arms in, or, you know, in a nonchalant way. So at this point, I get up and I'm like this, and I'm like rubbing my legs because I'm like, you know,
because you're singing karaoke songs like what?
Yeah. Kumbaya, man. So at this point, Joanna is right here. I have was it Chris next to me, or
I think Chris next to you.
Yeah, and they both just grab my hands, and they're like holding them down, like that's gonna do anything.
Yeah. Have you felt that bear paw? I mean,
well, and also in fairness, Jesse was just like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you can call that."
Yeah.
He straight up told him, and he's like, "Oh, what, Goliath?" Like, you know, being all. It's like, all right, well.
So it can't go without saying I gave this guy enough warning.
Yeah.
You know, and he just wasn't having it. So he just kept on going. So I positioned my feet where I was about to get up, and everybody's like, "You better leave now."
Yeah. Now everybody's like, "Dude, now we're trying to protect this dude."
And the guy's like, nah, walks off. And I'm like sitting down, and Mike's like, "Look, guys, you're giving us the word of wisdom." You know, he goes, "If you guys would have just ignored him, he would have just left."
I mean,
and he wasn't wrong.
Fair. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because we were giving him the reaction that he wanted. You know?
And Ty being sweet Ty, because like, you know, the whole time Ty's like, "Oh, I really appreciate it, man. I'm really no, it's okay." And he kept doing that. "Hey, dude, no, it's fine." And so like,
sweet Mr. Ty.
Yeah. So I was that was my wisdom was this guy, like, guys, everyone just literally ignore him. He'll leave.
Yeah.
You know, like act like he's not there. And also he was like that drunk too. To like, eventually he would have
brushed off.
He would have probably kind of, I think, wandered off.
Right.
But anyway, so that was our.
It's just everybody's thinking that Jesse was about to get down, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. And the dude, I mean, I feel like it would have been one of those ass whippings, because I'm pretty sure the whole bar heard him say the whole black thing in the tie.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, man. I think what he said. I think he said something along the lines of like, dude, you're black. You should party, or you should be drinking, something like that. Like,
you're
like,
a black man, and I'm like, what does color have to do with anything, man?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't have even said anything. I would have just been like, yo, this is.
See, big man knew up there.
Unacceptable.
Send this guy 8 hours away.
Send him away. Send him away. Send him up north, you know?
So that was our fun Friday night. But I guess it's a tradition now that if I'm not getting into a fight for everybody's birthday, nothing really happens.
Whose birthday's next?
Mine.
Ooh.
I'll fight anybody. Nobody touches my mic.
All I need is one mic or two, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, good night.
Well, that being said, should we jump into the MPHC?
Let's dive in. Mental health check.
The MPHC, the segment where we talk about our mental health and how it's been this week.
Yeah.
Jesse, it's officially happening, Jesse.
I know.
Did you so excited? Why don't you lead us off, dude?
I think I'm getting there. I'm pretty good. I'm being good this week. I haven't been going in and out of depression this whole month lately, but you know, I was talking with Mike. I think you mentioned it in the other podcast. But I've been doing this thing where I set up a list of like what I can do and what I can't do. Mm-hmm. So it'll be like stuff that I have to wait on something or somebody else, or, you know, on the government or something like that to do. And I'm like, all right, well, can't worry about that. Leaving that on the back burner. What can I do now? I can work on my car. You know, I can, you know, fix up my room, do this and this, buy shoes, you know. But it's just stuff like that, that I can, like, little achievements that I can make.
Yeah, good.
That will make me feel good, you know, like make my bed in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I did a lot of sales back in the day, so that was like one of the things or goals that would give us. So I just brought it back. But lately, been good. Haven't really, had that depression or anything that was hitting me back in the day. So, it's making progress.
Nice, man. And you said shoe shopping and working on your car. Is that kind of like your coping mechanisms, you say?
Well, they're new ones that I've discovered.
Cool.
Because back in the day, it was just sitting and listening to music,
right,
or just getting on the drum set and just playing, But this is like new ones that like, I didn't know this would work, because I get frustrated at the engine and not. No, but yeah, it's really really good coping mechanisms.
Good.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Michael?
I'm cool, man. I have
Day that leg worked.
I have like the stuff with the house going through. Finally, this has been like a never-ending long process, but that should be done within the next week or two, which opens up the doors for the cool plans that we keep mentioning here on this podcast. Which it's all kind of like
Things are coming
lined up, right? Everything's just kind of there in a holding pattern and waiting. But that's coming together pretty cool. So, other than that, man, I've been actually physically been feeling kind of shitty because I haven't really, sorry, Andrew, gotten around to working out in like a month now.
Dude, same.
I'm like,
how many packs of beer did you go through on the lake?
honestly,
Or White Claws?
none. I had like a couple 805s.
Oh, nice.
And then I drank vodka.
Oh, okay. You guys didn't do no steaks? Oh, no, sorry. Karima was there. Never mind.
Actually,
No,
I do have a kind of a funny story about this. I guess I should save that for my weekend recap.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, things are good. Things are good. I need to start working out again, and then things will be in better shape. I need to get my hair cut. Our boy Jake changed his schedule, so it's been nice trying to figure out a new schedule.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
But I want to shave my head. So let me know in the comments. You have about 24 hours. Actually, this is not even going to be out by the time this isn't even going to be out by the time I go get my hair cut tomorrow. So I might come back with a shaved head. We'll see. I don't know.
And I've already said if he does it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in with that.
We're buddies.
I look like a Ninja Turtle with a shaved head. I look like a Ninja Turtle with my shaved head.
I look like a Buddha. What's your point?
I just look like the wrong race. It's neither Samoan nor Salvadorian. It's just white guy.
You need some Oakleys. But yeah, everything's been good. Everything's been good. How about you, Michael?
I think I've been okay. I feel like it's weird. I feel like I'm trying to make I'm making decisions that'll definitely be, let's put it this way. I was making decisions. I was like, okay, this is my decision. This is my path. Cool. I kind of know what to expect now. But as I'm starting to do that, now I'm being like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I need to step back and wait. Actually, we can talk about this, whatever. One of the things is, the reason I haven't done anything to get back in Mike's place is because at Daily Brew, they're working on trying to make me full-time. They're trying to see how that can work. Because, if I work at a place like Mike's or anywhere, I'm a job that I get now, until I get my master's, really, I'm not going to have the type of job that is what I'm going to be excited about, right? Because it's not, I need a master's for what I want to do. So in the meantime, I just need to find a job in the meantime to help me, get through and pay bills and fun stuff like that. And so, when I was talking with Daily Brew about staying and working more hours there, because a big part of that would be I save money, really,
because it's right around the corner.
It's literally down the street from my house, and I've actually been more proactive again, looking back into master's programs, which is something I was like, I'm not going to do. It's this is me going back on everything. I was like, I'm not going to do my master's.
Yeah, 3 episodes later, I made a decision.
Not doing it.
I'm not going for my master's.
Yeah. But then now I'm thinking dude, if I work at Daily Brew, I can do my master's.
Right.
Like regardless if I do an accelerated program or if I do a 2-year, I can do that working there, and I can do working full time.
Yeah.
Like, and so anyway, so I feel like, so now hashing all that up again, I can feel it like I feel like I'm like barely avoiding spirals. Like I feel it coming. And so I've just been trying to listen to music, walk when I can. This weekend was good. I got to see, I feel like I was doing something, you know, Friday night we went out, for Ty's thing.
That full day.
Yeah. Saturday, what was Saturday? I feel like we did something Saturday.
Morning we went to go get coffee. Me, you, and Joanna.
That's right. Saturday was cool. Saturday we got coffee.
Talking about how my nephew loves cows.
Yeah, and then so anyway, so it was good. I got to be with friends and around people, and in a weird way that was good for me. Normally being around people, like I need like a break.
Yeah.
But I think in a way this is kind of good for me.
Was it because Mike wasn't here all weekend?
Dude, that was my spiral.
Yeah.
No.
I was kind of feeling it on my side too.
Listen, guys.
We knew this was going to happen.
Listen, guys.
No.
Gets booed up.
Well, no, it wasn't even for that. It was for Austin. For our buddy Austin.
That's where it started.
What if they see Austin and the children?
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, I think I'm usually pretty hyper aware when I know like I'm getting close to like spiraling and stuff. So, so far no lemon eating. It's not even, for anyone who doesn't know, when I was in school, when I'd have anxiety attacks.
Did you say no lemon?
Yeah.
Eating?
When I have anxiety, when I have anxiety attacks, for me, what was helpful was I would bite into lemons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like eat like an apple.
Yeah.
And it started out with me just taking a bite, and that was usually enough to kind of like shock me.
Like skin and all, or just
skin, like bite into, because it's supposed to not be good, right? It's supposed to
It's supposed to shock your system.
Yeah. And so it's the same way as like with people that live in cold areas, like walking outside in their underwear. That's a good way to get themselves out
shocked.
of.
Oh, okay, I get shocked the system. All
Yeah.
Right.
And so when it was, then it got bad. Then it was like, okay, I'm taking 2 bites, and to the point where I was just fucking eating lemons. Like that's where it was at when I was in school. So
yeah, they didn't teach me that one at therapy.
Yeah. So I'm not there yet. But I definitely, I just feel like I need to be just vigilant of being aware of where I'm at, how I'm feeling.
Right.
Today I took a good nap, so that was helpful. But
there's nothing like a good nap during the day, huh? Like before, like a productive nap.
I wish I could nap.
Is there such thing as productive nap?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. I think naps are super necessary.
Because I used to do like the going to work. I used to wake up very early, and like during the day, like at 3 or 4, I just knock out for a good hour, sometimes till 9. But just we got a good nap in, and then just ready for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Nice.
So those are counted as productive naps.
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. So that's me. You know what? I don't need this.
Did it die?
Yeah. I was slowly looking at his battery, going
But
from yellow to red.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I have all my show notes here. So anyway,
weekend recap.
Weekend recap.
We kind of heard you guys this weekend, I guess already.
Yeah. Go into yours. Mine.
Yeah.
I'll just really quick. Mine. It was Marissa's birthday. Coworker Marissa.
Sick.
Nice.
So it's fun when the brew gets together.
Happy birthday.
Dancing
Sorry, I missed
and tacos. Good time.
Tacos.
Dancing and tacos.
She can dance.
Yeah. Her family. Her family. It's cool.
Big question is, can Mike dance?
No.
Neither one of us.
No.
Whatsoever.
I mean, I'll get out there. I'll do things.
Yeah.
I'll do things.
I'll start moshing.
I'll cut a rug, but that rug won't look good afterwards.
I'll get the elbows up. And then for Memorial Day, I had lunch with my nieces, my brother and his family. And then we went back to Marissa's for leftovers.
Sick.
So we smashed tacos again. But yeah, that was my weekend.
Yeah, so I drove up to Shingle Springs, California.
Shingle Springs.
Which is like right near Folsom. So pretty much drove up there. Karima and I took her car because the Audi needs suspension work. So the coilovers are getting put on today, and I sucked it up and paid a shop to do it because I don't have time to do it. It's really where it's at. I just don't have time to do it myself. I was gonna get an alignment. I was like, look, it hurt my soul to take it to the shop. And like this morning, I was like looking at the cost, and I was like,
that always hurts me too.
I was like, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I don't have time. Just sign it, whatever. So, but anyways, so we took the I've dubbed it the Velociravster.
The Velociravster.
The little purple RAV4. Drove it up to.
Bet you looked real cute.
Oh, looked awesome. I legit like when we realized it was gonna take her car. This is my brain, right? I was like, we're gonna be driving in your car for like 8 hours in the middle of the day. You don't have tinted windows. It's a fishbowl in here. She's like, well, yeah, I don't have window tint. And I was like, so she was here, and I go, hey, there's gonna be a guy there in 30 minutes. He's gonna install tint on your car. You just have to walk the keys out to him. She's like,
oh, that's right.
She's like, what?
He was telling me that. He goes, yeah, Mike bought Karima a tent. I'm like,
I straight up tinted her car because I knew I was gonna have to drive it for 16 hours. So I got
It's like, it's a nice gesture, but is it? Because it's like kind of selfish.
It's for, she knows this. It was for me. Yeah. It was for me. I was like,
let me have this.
Yeah, let me have this. So luckily, my arms aren't like unevenly sunburned because I had tint on the car while I was driving up.
Nice.
So we're good. Yeah, I went up there, hung out with Austin, got to see his new place, new crib. Hung out in Folsom. Got to throw some axes.
I saw that. Yeah. You were ready for the
axe throwing. I'm ready to go, man. Yeah. So you had a comment earlier about not being able to barbecue. It's actually the opposite of that. I actually went into a meat coma because so the agreement between us is I'm still gonna eat meat.
Right.
She's just not gonna cook it. Okay. If I want it, I have to cook it.
We've heard this. Yeah.
So now we went up there this weekend, and of course Austin's like, yeah, I just went to Costco. I got have you ever had a Triscuit? And I was like, a Triscuit? I was like, the cracker? He's like, no, like a brisket and tri-tip. I was like, no. He goes, okay, I got one of those. He's like, I got some ribeye caps. He's like, I got some ribeye caps. He's like, I got some regular ribeyes. He's like, I got all this stuff. He's like, and then there's like some Impossible burgers back there too. I was like, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Did he know that?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So the full warning.
Yeah, I was like, just a heads up, girlfriend doesn't eat meat. She eats eggs. But Austin, to give Austin credit, Austin, the bear is like, he's a dude's dude, but he tries, so he shows up at the house. He's like, I got bacon, I got all this stuff. And then he's like, hey, I bought these like just egg, like the vegan eggs. Are these cool? Are these any good? And I was like, yeah, dude, it's fine. So,
and I bought a carrot just in case.
Yeah, he's like, there's a vegetable in there too.
In a weird way, and this might be wrong, I could almost see Austin being like health conscious and like overweight, but okay, yeah. No. I
also just didn't want to do it because he's like, everybody's coming out this weekend. It's just
he was like, I'm just
we're barbecuing.
He just strikes me as someone who would like have his own like he'd eat his own like tomatoes and veggies.
So Alyssa is the one that grows stuff in her garden. She just started a new garden at this.
He just uses it for seasoning.
Yeah. And she's like, Austin, steak again? He's like, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, man.
So I do have kind of a funny story, though. So, like, I'll keep this quick. Austin, I walk into his room, and he just tosses this box at me, right? And then I was like, what is this? And it's an individual Viagra.
Nice.
And he was like, buddy, it was the funniest thing. I got these in Mexico. I won't tell his story. His story is hilarious. Right. And then he's like, I have an extra one. You have to try it, right? So I get it, and I'm like looking at it.
You didn't do it at the party.
No.
Cool.
I still have it. Like, it's in my room. It's in my room. And then he was like, and then Alyssa was like, she was like, oh God, just please warn her like before you do it. Just please just tell her like before you do it. And she's like, and please don't do it at my house. I was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. I won't take it. And so like I was eyeing this box of Viagra all weekend. Like, should I take this thing? Like
I could just see him just laying down in bed and just like his nightstand. He's just like,
it's glowing in the darkness.
You gotta vlog it. Be like, the whole like, all right, guys, it's
day one.
It's 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Going in.
Taking the Viagra. Next week's episode. So I started an OnlyFans.
Guys, they work.
Oh man, but yeah, dude, it was a good trip. Got to see the kids.
It looked like a fun trip.
It was fun. It was relaxing. Like
How was the lake?
The lake was nice. It was really cold that day though. So
That's what you want.
I was in the water and stuff like that, but it wasn't like the next day was sweltering hot.
The whole
like the
everything
day.
was, okay, not just the lake.
Like when we were pulling in, it looked like it was about to rain.
Right. Okay.
I have a really random memory that just got triggered that I hadn't thought about in like years.
You took Viagra?
Well, no. There was a gas station right by my house, and I go in there and I just get snacks and stuff.
Extends.
And so, dude, so I was in there,
Right
and I was literally I just got gas, and then I was like I probably got like a soda or something, or payday, and so like there's two guys, there's like a new guy training, and then there's and then the guy that normally rings me up, whatever. And so the new guy, he's like, hey man, blah blah. He's like, do you want to try this? I think it was like a goat something. I was like, what?
Go-gurt?
And he's like,
horny goat
so
weed?
one of those. He's just like, yeah, it's like for sex, man. And he looks at the guy. He's like, I'm not saying you have to tell it to everyone. I'm just saying if it comes up, you talk about it. If he's buying condoms, you talk about it. He's like, he's buying a soda. Why would you talk to him about it when he's buying a soda? And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, no,
dude,
no
like, I will take one here.
Yeah, can I have one, please?
well, yeah, no thanks, player. Anyway,
Thanks, big dog.
That was a fun memory.
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
But
I just remember being a kid and just looking at those pills and like, what are those?
Yeah, what does that do? What does Raging Bull 38
Yeah.
do?
Why is there a picture of a rhino? My dad would be like, they're vitamins, and then walk away.
All right, so I gotta ask Mike.
Yes.
Did you watch Top Gun?
yes, I did.
And without any spoilers,
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
was it worth the wait?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I get very, very nervous when movies come back after so long, or shows.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like it's really hard to like recapture that fire and capture what it was. Like, I saw Top Gun over Christmas in theaters, and I remember thinking like it's ultra cheesy, but I was like, dude, that's still like fun. It still felt like, you know what I mean?
The good.
Yeah. And watching this movie without going into any spoilers, like I thought it was, it's gonna be corny. Like there's gonna be corniness. Yeah. There's gonna be that. But also, I felt like there was moments where like Tom Cruise to actually act.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Not gonna lie, man. There's like some moments where I was like trying to punch away some thug tears, dude. Like I was like, oh.
A buddy of mine said he rated it like 9 out of 10. He goes, 9 out of 10, cried twice. Once was tears of joy. Once was not. But I'm so happy. And I was like, fuck.
No, I have to see it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, I told myself this weekend that I was gonna watch through all of them because they came up on Paramount Plus, like every single Top Gun.
There's only been one.
There's been one.
Well, only one.
There was two. Two of them came out, or two. I don't know what it was, and then
It
I
was
was
like
gonna
fly
refresh my
bud.
Flybud or whatever it was. No, literally, because there was two Top Guns that I saw.
Is it like an extended director's cut?
Yeah, maybe it was Top
Alright,
Gun and then
probably,
like
yeah.
the director's cut.
Because even myself, I was like, I thought there was only one. I was like literally telling myself.
Or a
that.
behind the scenes of
Yeah.
Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told myself I was going to watch it to refresh my mind and then go to the movies.
The Take My Breath Away cut. Sorry.
The cut where every background song is Take My Breath Away.
But
Like he's like this really intense scene. It's like
Dude, Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
She's 51. I had to look this up.
She looks great.
She is
still
a
got it.
smoke show.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm watching it for her. I'm like, what? I think my brother even had to look too. We're like, dude, how old is she? Because it's like, I mean, it's not a mystery. Like, there's clearly, she's like the love interest in this.
Of course.
So it's like, are we going to see like an old person love scene? You know,
Just hear joints cracking.
Whatever.
Dude was not old.
I hate how freaking how fit Tom Cruise still is too, man.
Dude,
he's 61, I think.
Scientology robot, man.
Wait, he is 61?
He's 61, dude.
No way.
I'm pretty sure.
Great.
Dude, in Xeno we trust, man.
We trust. Now I was watching a couple clips because like obviously he's back in Top Gun, so a bunch of clips have been coming out about Tom Cruise.
He's 59.
He's 59, and
See, I'm pretty sure 61.
I saw his interview with Oprah. Do you remember that interview? Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself like, this guy is insane.
Oh, he's 100% insane.
Yeah,
he's bad shit.
Yeah.
He's bad shit.
So I'm like, okay, cool. And this guy's allowed to drive a plane. He has. Do you
feel
know
like
how many licenses this guy's has?
That's because you don't drive a plane, you fly a plane, Jesse. I'm just saying.
Or he's able to operate a plane, okay? But he was talking about his rundown about how many licenses he has.
Yeah.
And he has a license basically for everything. Like if he has a forklift license, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like Steven Seagal, dude.
Yeah.
I know what that is. It's Skippy.
Oh, Steven
Oh man. Yeah.
So yeah, highly recommend it. It's good, man. I felt like I was like predicting the ending, and I like and it was happening the way I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It has to end like this. But then there's like kind of a pretty cool like curveball.
But then it didn't.
But then it did. Yeah, and so I don't know. It was fun. It was like it's weird. It was like safe in a lot of ways, but I feel like they also did some stuff that I wouldn't expect like Tom Cruise and Top Gun to do.
Yeah.
He cussed.
So showed his dick. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Does it look all of 59?
We're going after this. No, I think I'm gonna have to wait till like it comes out on like an app or something because we know this. You guys know this. Me and movie theaters do not.
Oh God, Jesse's.
Me and movie theaters never mix. It's
Jesse straight up just starts
lighting,
hibernating.
Me being able to lay down, it's just never.
Oh, dude, you would have knocked out.
Yeah.
With the one we were in the recliners.
So then, how did it measure up to a little movie that you finally experienced for the full time, Encanto?
Ooh.
Oh, very different. They're very different vibes.
The Disney movie.
The Magic House?
Encanto. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I started watching Encanto with my nieces, and when we watching movies with them, now my oldest niece is old. She can control she knows how to work.
So she's old enough to jump from I'm part of the family madrigal to like we don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did
and
you
then,
realize
and then
we
back
don't
to
talk about
and then
that?
back to the We Are Family Madrigal again, and then to dance. It's a whole thing with watching movies with them, and so we're when I watch with them, we're fast forwarding, we're rewinding, and so I kind of had a gist of what the movie was, but I never. I didn't get to finish
I
it.
still don't know what it's about.
Dude.
I saw the whole movie by myself and with my nephews, and I have no idea what it's about.
Well, I was here after the podcast for
family
dinner
Yeah.
with the Elsa bars.
With the Elsa bars.
Stick around for dinner. We're probably gonna watch Raya and the Last Dragon this time around.
So yeah, I got to watch Encanto in its entirety, and it's good. It was good. I like the music. I think is great because it's freaking Lin-Manuel Miranda. But I thought the story was kind of cool too. It had a lot of cool themes, I thought, for a Disney movie. Which is something I've been like. Obviously, Disney has a lot of like kind of shitty themes too for what they are. But like, I'm liking their take on stuff like Frozen, how it's like sisters,
Right.
and it's like a sibling movie, really, and there's not like a grand wedding at the end of it and stuff. It ends up with.
Didn't she get married with the one guy?
That's at the
Whisper Sister?
that's like the second one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or they're getting ready to. But I mean, most Disney movies like this happens and they're married and they live happily ever after.
Right.
But what I liked about Frozen was it was like a story about two sisters saving each other, and then then other movies when they have
The guy that you think that's a good guy and he's not.
yeah, and that too. But and then this one obviously like it's nice to see a movie with like Hispanics
Yeah. They
representation.
really got a lot of the culture down when I was watching it. And my mom was watching it with us, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I've been to Peru, and they do that, and they do that." And I'm like, "Huh, okay." So she was like, "Yeah, it's actually right what they're saying. But I can also say that this movie is one of the Disney movies that I didn't fast forward through the songs. Like their songs were actually pretty good.
You don't like Disney songs?
You? How dare you?
They're cheesy. They're cheesy.
Did you watch Coco?
I will say it now. We don't need to be singing about friendship. We're going to be singing about, other things.
Did you watch Coco?
I've actually never seen Coco.
There's only one song from Coco that I like.
Remember me.
No, I don't. I despise it.
Poco Loco?
No. Llorona. When they're at the stage.
Okay, yeah.
And she just goes off. I've tried to find the full version of her singing that, and I can never find it with the guy,
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a very good version of Llorona.
Dude, even my teacher, when I was like, we were in in Zoom class, and she brought up something like, I had made a reference, and I guess it had to do with Coco. Right. And she's like, oh yeah, like in Coco. I was like, oh, I never saw it. And she like stopped class. She's like, wait, you never seen Coco? I was like, no.
You still haven't seen it to this day?
To this day.
Dude, we'll watch it tonight.
Okay.
Legit watch it tonight.
Down.
Yeah, popcorn.
Down.
We can get popcorn.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
We're adults.
We're grown-ups. I don't know who let us control this shit, but
Well, somebody gave you a house for some reason.
Dude.
Still figuring that one out myself.
Staying in the Disney Plus realm.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen ObiWan?
Sure have.
I have not.
Dude, I haven't seen it.
Me neither. I'm there with you, buddy. I'm not proud about it.
We shouldn't be. Yeah.
But yeah.
I watched ObiWan episode and then I watched 2.
ObiWan.
When is it released?
Reason why? Because I have not finished Mandalorian.
You don't need to. Different timelines.
I have to do it to the universe.
First off, why have you not finished Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett's already out. Second of all,
I never finished Book of Boba Fett.
No, I can't watch.
And I heard I stopped watching when it got good.
huh?
I guess apparently I stopped watching Book of Boba Fett when it got like good.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to the second episode and just stop. You
Pretty much.
stop paying your subscription.
I think third episode. I think.
Anyways, Obi-Wan is pretty good.
ObiWan.
There's actually no. Let me tell. Okay, wait. I'll say this. The show's good,
Okay.
right? The show's interesting. Obi-Wan's kind of pissing me off a little bit right now, though. As everybody does in their first couple episodes.
Okay. But is it stuff that can easily be corrected if they do some? If you know, is something that can be easily corrected, or is it like, for instance, like I hated Luke in the what is it 9, 8, 9, 10, whatever they came out, the new ones,
Yeah.
Force Awakens and all that stuff. I didn't like Luke. And when I thought he was redeemed, it was a hologram.
So the way you didn't like Luke is the way I don't like Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Because of the whys behind the way he's acting. It's like,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it'll course correct. You need this little time period of like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you doing that? You know what I mean? But like they're seeing the Inquisitors carrying out like the orders to get rid of all the Jedi is
Oh, damn.
dude.
There is really good action scenes.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wait,
yeah.
so are we? I don't know if this goes into spoiler, but like, are we supposed to see Vader in this?
It's a
Hayden
really
Christensen's
major-
coming back.
Oh, really?
So without spoiling anything,
Spoil it.
no, in the first two episodes, only because we know that he's coming back, right? In the first two episodes, you do see him
Hint or?
in the back to tank, but we don't see Vader.
Oh, okay.
But you see him in the
Like
back
just-
to tank, right?
Yeah.
Dang.
So, and the way that they tell this story, which this might be a spoiler, but it's not going to fuck up anything for you guys in the episodes, is that throughout the first two episodes, Obi-Wan doesn't know
Vader's
that Anakin is still alive.
Oh, yeah, he fucked
he's-
them up pretty.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
He he got the high ground,
like, yeah,
fucked him
okay,
up,
yeah.
and you can tell that hurts him, right? You could there's still flashbacks of what's going on, of what happened, dude. They dig deep, dude. Like there's he'll be having a nightmare and he'll be seeing young Anakin. He'll be seeing he sees from episodes or clips from the Phantom Menace and shit like that. Like they're pulling, and you're like,
I like that.
oh fuck, okay.
I feel like I'm trying to see if in one of his dreams he commands us.
So this is gonna so this is basically an ObiWan who's still struggling with the fact that I basically trained who was gonna be. I mean, he doesn't know it yet, but like the greatest.
Yeah, this is the time frame of this is 10 years after
The shrine or
episode 3.
okay.
So 10 years. Yeah, 10 years.
Damn. Okay. I'm in.
And it tells you what happened to the kids. Like we knew where the kids went, but then it kind of dives deeper. Like you get to see Uncle Owen. You get to see like straight up.
Dang.
And like the dynamic between everybody. It's super interesting. Yeah.
Cool.
I shouldn't say more because they'll start to spoil shit.
When does episode 3 drop?
I don't know what days they come out.
Tuesdays or
It's probably like a Tuesday or Wednesday type thing.
They did. They've been doing it like during the week and all that stuff. That's what like Moon Knight and all them was for Disney.
Okay. Cool. Let's see what else. I feel like we have to talk about the Texas shooting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just be upfront, and I haven't really done as deep of a dive as I normally do. Other than I don't know if this is. I feel like this is a pretty normal narrative that's out there. Why the fuck didn't the police go in? Have they explained that?
So they said that the police made a mistake. It took them 50 minutes before they actually entered the classroom. SWAT was called. SWAT also didn't enter. It was a mistake.
I saw.
It
Yeah,
was a very big.
and
I
the
heard that
parent, the parents that were like, "Fuck this," that went in, they got arrested.
Yeah. They were like on the floor. They had tasers out and everything like that. But it literally heated me up because I have a brother that lives in Texas, and even though my nephew's not old enough to go to elementary, it really like. So if this is how you're gonna handle this situation, you know.
This one's tough for me because what I don't like with all of this is there's always spins to make things political.
Right.
Right. And you know me, I'm not like this.
Who's Billy?
Andrew.
How fucking dare you?
Andrew.
How dare you? We put you on the show.
It's your guys' fault because the memes are coming in right now.
Okay, so back to more serious.
Yes,
So, I hate that everything turns political, right? Like now, by saying that, I also understand that this is a shooting, so the topic of guns is going to come up. The topic of guns and the topic of gun laws and firearms and everything, right? But, and I'm not saying this as like I want my guns and I love, but we have to stop politicizing shit like this because all it is doing is becoming divisive, right? I'm somebody who is pro-gun, right? I grew up in the South. I'm all for stricter. I mean, we have some of the strictest gun laws in California.
But all those laws are going to only apply to people that are of sound of mind
legally. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is not an issue of firearm safety, right? This is not an issue of, because the reality is, if you ask the question like, how do you get access to a gun? You can get a gun literally.
Yeah.
It's not an issue of access. This is about, a kid, realistically, mentally, a kid who had mental health issues that were not addressed, that were never discussed,
were ignored.
Everything was pushed under the table, and the fact that it ended in a tragedy like this is like it's the worst case scenario for something like this, right? So what I want when we talk about it, what I want people to take away from is if you come here and listen to this and then all you hear is like he likes guns, you missed the point, right? Because I mean, this could have been done with a knife. This could have been done with a fucking baseball bat. This could have been done with your hands. Yeah. The reality is that this really is a mental health issue that went untreated.
And we're in a mental health pandemic and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I started going through the feed and everything because I'm not a big person on watching the news, you know. But when I saw it happening, I saw this really good quote, and I posted it on my Instagram. And I go, you know, when Cain and Abel, when he killed them, they didn't ban rocks.
Right.
He blamed Cain. Cain?
Yeah.
Cain. And, you know, it's like what Mike's saying. Like, I'm not trying to get into anything further into it, you know, but I'm just trying to say, like, it is a mental health problem. Guns, not saying that, you know, a gun didn't have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But it's a mental health problem that, you know, could have been treated, helped with, you know. That's all I want to say about that, you know.
It's tough because, like, the fact that we have to, not just us on this podcast, but people in general, the fact that you have to, like, tread water when you're talking about issues like this, simply for the fact that when you say this is mental health related, or this is, you know, somebody who was, you know, he didn't get the attention that he was looking for. He had all this built up anger and hostility. But we're in a world where we talk about this and we bring this up, and then all that anybody wants to hear about that is like, oh, so you support, you know, whatever the agenda is for that minute, right? The reason why I'm leaning so heavily onto this, because it was a shooting and because of the guns thing, is just to prove that point. Because I guarantee you, like, a majority of people who listened to this and heard that were like, fuck, like guns, tuned out, right? Like, we can't continue to be in not only like a country, but just in a frame of mind as people to where we can't even continue to hear issues. We can't even continue to hear problems. We can't even continue to hear what somebody's struggling with, because the second that something triggers our political agenda or our thoughts, that's all we want to fucking harp on, and that's all we want to stay on. So, like, there's nobody on the planet that, you know, you can sit here logically and sanely say that, like, the loss of children's life is not devastating. No. There's nobody in the world that can sit here. Yeah. No. There's nobody, right? There's nobody that can say that. And especially kids. Yeah. Like, the fact that even, like, the officers fucked up. There's no, like, and they're going to have to live with that. Yeah. Right? Even if they got an order not to enter, they're still going to, I shouldn't have listened to orders. I should have gone in. 50 minutes is a long time. Yeah. 50 minutes is a long time. And, you know, like, there's no recovering from something like that. And, like, watching the interviews, like, I watched the interview of the dad who was, like, helping a little girl out of the classroom. I don't want to get this wrong. He's helping one of the little girls out of the classroom, and he was covered in blood. And he found out through this little girl that his daughter had died because she said, my best friend got killed. Who's your best friend? She tells him, and it's his kid. Like, that's fucking devastating, right? Like, that's not.
It's not okay. It's from hearing the same interviews of hearing a little girl say, hey, I covered myself in blood and acted dead so that they wouldn't kill me, made me, like, realize, like, what are we fucking doing? You know,
dude, it's crazy to think too. Because did I bring this up on the show? Like, I went to school with a dude who was in Columbine.
No,
I went to audio engineering school with a dude who was in Columbine. Like, he straight up, when he first got there, he had, like, a wheelchair and, like, the handy-capable van and, like, an assistance dog. And to me, I'm just like, oh, cool, assistance dog, you know, whatever. And, you know, he would drink and hang out a little bit, and he would smoke a little bit. And the more we got to hanging out with him, one day we're all sitting outside. We're all, like, you know, 20-something-year-old stoners or whatever, right? So we're all smoking a joint. And one of the dudes was like, dude, did you know that he was in Columbine? And I straight up went, I'm sorry, what? Like, and he was like, yeah. And so he, like, recounted the story to us, and he got shot in the spine and was paralyzed because he took bullets to the spine. And he said he got shot and he just had to lay down and play dead. But what's even crazier about that is like I was in my 20s then, right? Now I'm in my 30s, mid 30s at this point. Which means that his kids, our kids, like our school age, like people who lived through Columbine, now their kids are going through school and they're getting active shooter drills.
Yeah.
Right. They're getting like the fact that that's part of like the curriculum now.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, it was like in Tennessee, hide for tornadoes, like, brace yourself for earthquakes, things like that. And now we have to put kids in active shooter drills. Like that's wild to me.
Yeah.
It's funny because the next day I saw on my old school in El Monte that 2 schools that were around us had to shut down because they got threats. So you literally see all kids running out of the school. And I'm like, dude, that never happened when I went to high school. All I remembered was we got our fire drills and that was it.
Fire drills, earthquake drills,
you know,
emergency drills.
Yeah. Natural emergency, you know. But to hear that, you know, to seeing that somebody's writing on the walls, I'm going to bomb this school or I'm going to shoot up the school or something like that. It's like, what are we not catching on to help these kids now, you know, to help out anybody, you know?
Well, another thing too that we have to understand is that we're now in a world and we're now in an era where, like when I was a kid, I got bullied, but it was like physical in your face, like, you know, whatever, right? And
I
you
could have never gotten away from it. I was the biggest guy, you know?
Yeah, you either let it, you know, like we're from that era of like fucking toughen up, right?
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like that was good for me. Like it sucked as a kid, but it kind of shaped me, you know, to who I am now.
It was good for you because you stood up for yourself.
Yeah, eventually.
Imagine the kids who don't.
And that's the thing. Yeah, like we're now in an era, dude, though, like where when we were kids, they were making fun of us because, oh, you're fat, or, oh, you're chubby, oh, like you have small eyes, things like that, right? Now in a world of like online, the bullying is so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's got a super hot mom who has an OnlyFans, you know, like shit like that. Like,
well, and you know, you go to school and like when you're trying to find the kids getting, you look for like, oh, who's hitting my kid or who's saying this to my kid, and it might not be, it might not be nothing at the school. School might be fine, you know. Yeah. But you're walking around and maybe, you know, kids are kind of like, if you know that other kids know because they see it on the chat because of what someone said and this and that, just because you don't see it happening now at like the physical place in school, it doesn't mean it's not happening. Yeah. And like these kids are like living with that. These kids are dreading having to go to school, whatever it is, embarrassment, shame, or like, it's the whole cyberbullying thing is it's wild.
It's an animal itself.
And you can't escape it.
Yeah.
It's not like you just go home and then like, you know.
Even like not even like putting in kids, like us as adults, we get it all the time. Yeah. You know?
Well, dude, like Mike knows this, I'm sure you've got this too with bands. I mean, like, you know, you go down and you search any video or any thread that has anything with your band, and it's just like, you know, yeah, there's sometimes you'll get like nice things people say, but then also you can find someone who has no idea who you are, never heard your band, and they'll just be like,
this guy looks horrible with your guitar, and you know.
Or the dude that was like, you know, I just don't want to hear the lead singer of this band singing about his fucking dad all the time.
Yeah. One fucking song.
Yeah, man, it's.
Or why did the van lose its life and not the band?
But the internet. For personal reasons for myself, my heart goes out to everybody that's, you know, that went through this.
I think that it's one of those fucking things that like it's kids, man. Like it's kids. Like yeah.
But even if it wasn't, same conversation should be going down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
But the fact that it had to get to kids for us to start feeling this way and realizing about the real mental health that's been going on with everybody, it's like it shouldn't have not gotten to this point. This is my advocate. If you guys are going to get something from me talking about this, it shouldn't have not gotten from this point. You know?
Yeah. And also, I feel like I don't know, I feel like Mike and I have talked about this like over coffee and stuff, but it's like, it's almost like we have to brace ourselves for the fallout of being locked up for, 2 years or so.
Yeah.
One of the things that, where did I can't remember if I saw this, if I read this, or someone just told me, but they were saying, is when one of the customers had come in, his son plays basketball, and just kind of asking like, oh, how's it going? How's your kid doing? And he's like, dude, there was like 3 fights in the tournament.
Yeah.
In the basketball.
Yeah.
And it's just like, people are just, it's especially for younger, I'm sure. I mean, everyone, I should say everyone, but there's got to be fallout to stuff like this.
Yeah.
To people being away. So yeah, we have sure, like you can. I don't know. You can literally take every single gun away. You can burn every gun on the planet. People are gonna still find ways to do messed up things to each other, and people who are struggling mentally and are like that stuff that's not going away. Like we're addressing the wrong problem.
Yeah.
So on a happier note or a lighter note, we can talk about I don't know, I guess a quick little shout out to our buddy Justin, who we're gonna get on the podcast, him and his wife.
Yeah, actually, we had talked about having Drea on because we wanted to talk about like postpartum depression,
right.
Kind of things from a female perspective that like obviously we as dudes do not understand.
Yeah.
And that's something that we want to get more of on this show. We want more of like the other side.
An open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then Justin, as well, Justin is our homie, our longtime homie. They got something to celebrate too, because that the EP just came out.
Blueprint.
And
Oh right, you posted this on Instagram.
code name Rocky.
Code name, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to fully listen to it. I've been gone, dude. I'm sorry. My bad. But I haven't had a chance to fully listen to it. But what I have listened to, it sounds sick.
Dude, it's good.
It's good.
I'm happy. It's interesting. I was a fan of Codename Rocky in high school.
Yeah.
And then they've gone through changes and stuff, and then it was just kind of surreal when Justin was like, hey, or maybe it was Chris. I was just like, hey, Justin's singing in Codename Rocky now.
Yeah.
And for Chris is one of our buddies. I think we kind of talk about him a lot on the pod.
Chris played in both No Bragging Rights and Creative Void.
Yeah.
So he's got a piece of all of us.
Yeah.
He's got a piece of all of us.
But Chris and Justin are cousins, so that's how we met Justin. And man, I really do miss jamming with Chris and Justin. We do acoustic cover. PMJB. We had a acoustic cover band, and we would basically just take our favorite punk rock songs and just make them as sad as possible.
Nice.
It was a good time. But yeah, so we gotta get him on the podcast because I want to pick his brain. That dude, I mean, we have his wife talk about postpartum, and then we have him to talk about being outnumbered in the house. He has 3 daughters.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, 3 again.
3.
Wow.
Yeah, he's super outnumbered. We'll get him in.
Yeah. But anyone who hasn't, check out Codename Rocky's EP Blueprint.
Definitely.
Sick. We'll talk about
I
more.
gotta check it out.
I don't know what we can talk about. I know I'm the only one who did any kind of research on this, but
is this about Chad's question?
Chad's question. So last week. Shout out
to Chad Ackerman again.
Yeah, Chad had sent his question was the UAP hearings were and his thing said that they're having hearings for these unidentified flying objects basically, and the hearings are interesting, but they're also frustrating because it's a lot of talking in circles, right? Because they can't give you what something is. But it is kind of interesting to hear the questions being asked because at one point there's this person, he's saying he's talking about an incident that is like it went viral, and it's like I forget what the incident was, but he's asking this, the professional that put the team together to take these cases on, and he's like, so what did you guys get in that report for that? And he's like, well, we haven't. He said something like, oh, we haven't seen it yet because we haven't been given an official report on it. And he's like, you guys weren't given an official report on something that everyone saw,
right?
That every like major thing. He's like, you guys didn't get a report on that. And then the guy was like, well, no, I mean, well, it's not that. It's just we have to give it has to go through official channels. He's like, I'm pretty official. Can I tell you guys to do it? He's like, I would think that other media and stuff would have made this a priority for you guys since many people saw it. I don't know.
So what was this about? Like, what was it?
So basically, it's a whole task force team that was basically forced to be put together because too many
people were seeing
pilots were and a lot of it came from military.
Okay.
So ex-military was basically leaking. They would declassify these like things and they would basically show it and they started putting them on YouTube and stuff. And it's things in the sky. And some of them look like they're not like unmanned, like they could be drones of some kind. Yeah. And so they're just trying to figure out they want explanations for what this is.
You know what? I'm gonna jump on this because I've always thought that I've seen things, in the skies, but I've always thought that I'm just too drunk.
Dude, MBR, we followed this thing doing figure eights in the sky for like miles.
Jeez.
Until it finally took off. But we'll go in too deep, but I just think that we have technologies and and I think there's branches of there's different branches that have things that maybe we're parts of our own government maybe doesn't quite get to see, and they maybe want to keep it hidden for they always say for
research purposes.
Well, for what is it? Safety, like public safety or national security, basically.
They don't want you to freak out that you're on a rock that's spaced in there.
Right. Yeah. But then, and also too, it's like, we have different, there's universities, there's private investors that have their own, like the drone world right now is getting crazy. What drones can do now.
Yeah. And
so I just think a lot of that stuff maybe could be, tied to that. But anyway, all that to say is that the hearings were for this force this group that's put together task force, put together to
Task Force X
to basically just try to give answers and so like I said, it was interesting to watch, but at the same time it was frustrating because there's a lot of stuff they're not even thinking oh, we can't talk about that.
Right.
Why the fuck are we here? Yeah. Then why are you televising this?
Why are we here then?
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Chad, interesting stuff. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Chad.
So let's do this because I don't want this episode to run super, super long. Let's end on a mental health note. What do you think?
Yeah. Which one? I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of something that ties into what we were talking about earlier.
I think yeah. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just let that one sit and settle with people.
Let it sit and simmer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we can always end with just keeping an eye out for your friends and family.
Check up on your homies.
Yeah. And if you yourself, I think this is something. I think most people don't realize the resources they have in their own city and their own where they live. Yeah. And so if you have an opportunity to look up what some of those resources are where you live, because it's different everywhere. Yeah. One of the things I thought was really cool that Hope for the Day would do was when we did the European tour and they were out there and they were giving out cards that were specific to the area. And they had just or they were showing where the tour was going. Yeah. And then it'd have some of the hotlines for that area. I thought that was fucking cool. But so if anybody wants to do a little homework, look up what some of the resources in your area are. You can save them in your phone. And a lot of this stuff, guys, it's it doesn't have to be for you, you know, and it doesn't have to just be, you know, you can have this, you know, if you have a friend, you can pass it on to your friend, you know, or if you're going through it, then you have it there for you.
I remember going to shows or playing at a show. They'd always give us a card, like what for Hope for a Day would do, where it'd be like a suicide prevention. And if I was like out of state or something like that, I'd keep the card with me because we'd go to after parties and stuff like that. So like I'd hear somebody come talk to me about something's going on. And I was like, hey, dude, I grabbed this card for a reason.
Dude,
here.
That's awesome.
And I was like, dude, just call the number. You know, you want to hit me up? Here's my number and everything. That just, you know, you want to talk to me? You want to scream at me one of these days? Come at me. Like, tell me. You know, just to help out. You know, in any way that I can.
One of the things that you had kind of brought up earlier today, and I kind of pulled up on the website, is that the Hot Topic Foundation, which is basically the charitable arm of Hot Topic. You know, the place that used to do cool music stuff.
The scary place your mom told you never to go
into. The scary place your mom told you never.
Yeah,
where we all bought our liquid metal plugs, you know, for the first time.
Shout out to Chris Ballard for
the little wristband
card.
So the Hot Topic Foundation has teamed up with Mental Health America, and apparently they've been doing this for quite some time. And if you actually go on the Hot Topic website and look it up, it does say like it's okay to feel weird right now, right? And the cool thing is they have a bunch of different options for you guys. Like if you need someone to talk to, you can call a warm line, which if you go to mhanational.org/warm lines, these will give you lines that you can reach out to.
That's really cool.
Basically, this is a number that you can call to have a conversation with someone who can provide you support during hard times. Whether you're in a crisis or just need somebody to talk to, a warm line can help. Warm lines are staffed by trained peers who have been through their own mental health struggles and know what it's like to need help. They're free, they're confidential, but they're a little bit different from crisis lines or hotlines like the National Suicide Prevention Line. Those are more focused on keeping you safe in the moment and getting you connected to crisis resources as quickly as possible. Whereas with a warm line, this is something more for you to just call and talk to. Like we're not saying don't call this line if you're not in a crisis, but they may be able to assist you and help you find a place locally to you that'll help deal with that crisis as well. So this is kind of one of the options that you guys have if you guys don't know anything locally. And then like there's actually a bunch of stuff on here. Like you can connect on Hot Topic forums. So connect with others who are going through it too. And then there's even like an anxiety screening in here where you can take the MHA screening test and they can like let you know if like you're dealing with anxiety, things like that. So it's kind of cool. And like
how mild it is or something.
Not even that, like it'll just kind of, it will help you solidify those thoughts that you might have. Right. Like there's a lot of people that are like, am I suffering from anxiety, but don't really know.
Right. Thinking like you're the only one going through this.
It's just like little helpful things that can definitely help out. And
that's cool.
And I kind of like that it's through Hot Topic because you know,
there's a lot of ties to emo and
and not only that, like Hot Topic was kind of like
place where you can be like
yourself. The place where you can be yourself. You know what I mean? Like it always leaned towards that. So it's kind of a cool option.
And your parents never want you to go in there, so they're
so of course it's even cooler.
Yeah.
Look, mom,
check out these bondage pants.
Hot Topic cares about me.
My plugs now.
I'll never. This is a little side note, but I'll never forget going into Hot Topic and being able to like, oh, there's my band's shirt. Holy shit! Or like
that. Those are like really good feelings. Yeah. Like looking up and just you're on the wall.
Mine was bittersweet because I was never a big fan of art designs. So I'd be like,
cool. But it's there though.
It's there.
I remember taking out my flip phone and taking a picture of like one of my brothers.
It's all grainy,
and I'm like, dude, I saw your shirt.
I was like, what is that in that picture you sent me? I can't tell.
I still remember feeling weird. Like there's times when very, very, very few times where I would have to go in there to buy like a release that I couldn't find at like Sounds Like. And I always felt really weird going in there. I'm like, oh, shit. Like walking around, making sure I don't know anyone and going in really quickly.
Cashier's like, aren't you?
No.
No.
That ain't me.
You never played Creative Void.
All right. Well, that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Make sure to follow us on all the socials at Walking Blind Pod, walkingblindpod@gmail.com. OnlyFans, check out our links. We're all there. Also, we joke around a lot, but big shout out to Liquid Death because they've provided some hydration for the studio this week and coming weeks. So shout out to Liquid Death for the tall boys.
Yeah.
We got some.
This is very refreshing.
And
Right?
Very good.
shout out to Raul.
Shout out to Raul for hooking it up. And I'm bummed I didn't get to talk to you, but Mike got to hang out. I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Yeah, don't be scared. It's just water.
Just water.
Actually, I had a Liquid Death, and I was at work in a meeting, and somebody was like, "Do you have a beer?" And I was like, "Don't be scared. It's just water." I was on a Zoom call because I work professionally, and I'm like, "Don't be scared. It's just water."
Yeah.
And they're like, "That's not water." And I was like, "No, seriously, look, it's mountain water."
You should record it. Can I record this?
And they were like, "It looks like a beer." I was like, "I know."
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, walking on job sites with this stuff, and then they're like, "Yeah, you have a tall can, dude.
It's rock water.
Where's your paper bag?"
So, yeah. Once again, you guys can find him at
Jesse Toca. Jesse _Toca.
Jesse
underscore
Toca. Underdash.
Underdash.
That sounds like a superhero sidekick.
Underdash.
This is the dash and underdash.
He's not very fast.
I just thought, anyway. I just thought that sounds Underboy.
Underboy? That does not sound like a superhero.
Well, on that note, peace.
Later, guys.
Peace.